Hello, good evening, one and all. Here on the wonderful world of Twitch, we bring you what is the 5th round of the oNiD Classic DTM Championship in Assetto Corsa at the wonderful German track of the Norisring. Good evening and welcome to the stream. Thank you for dropping by, everyone that is currently watching and will be hopefully watching. Alongside me in the comms booth for what is going to be a 2-race night here at Assetto Corsa is the wonderful American Dominic Barut. Dominic, good evening to you, sir.
How's it going tonight, everybody? As Aiden said, we're back for the 5th round here at Norisring. Hopefully we get some nice clean racing. We got everybody sitting in the pits currently, waiting for the timer to tick over to the qualifying session. And yeah, we'll be underway. See who's got the pace here tonight.
DTMs, historic ones, BMWs, Alphas and Mercedes all being represented here tonight on what is a very straight line track. A few braking zones, a few corners, and then a lot of slipstreaming. Seeing sub 1 minute lap times as well, which will be incredible to see if that's if that comes. Well, it will come off, I think, very easily, but it just depends who can do it the quickest. And look at this. Just a long straight, literally is half of the track. It's insane. Slipstream would be king here. Well, that was interesting. We just had a glitch.
Yeah, I believe we did. I think we're back.
I think we're back, indeed. This will be an interesting stream then. As, oh, hello. What's going on here? Are you still with me?
Yes, I'm still here.
You're still here, that's fine. We're going to close a couple of windows and hope to God it's going to save my internet then. As we are... This is back live with the DTM Championship. We, as I said, was saying before, we had a little glitchy outage there. This track is mainly just 2 big straights. Slipstream will be absolutely the priority for these guys as they start their qualifying sessions. Expect them to potentially pair off with one another to try and get a better lap time, and yeah, we'll see where it goes.
Yeah, definitely. In practice, we saw Carl Zach sitting on the top of the board with the fastest lap. It was I think it was a mid 58, if I remember correctly. This week, though, we do not have the other championship frontrunner here. Alfie Bevan is not going to be here this week, so we will see what the how it's going to shake the points up here at the end of it all.
Absolutely, and indeed, Mr. Redneck Gurgin, I hope I said that right. Looks like I picked the right day to take a race off and watch the stream live. Absolutely, sir. Could not agree with you more. It is going to be an incredibly hard-fought battle up and down the field. I think we'll be spoilt for choice in terms of racing tonight. So, yeah, we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, definitely should be some close battles here as long as no incidents occur. I'm assuming it's going to be pretty close pack racing throughout.
Well, as it stands, Ash Hill? I think it's Ash Hill, isn't it, on pole, followed by Alfie Beaven's here. Alfie Beaven is in the server.
Well, never mind. Wait a minute.
Never mind, yeah.
Proven wrong.
Huzzah.
I thought he was not here for practice. He must have made a late appearance here.
It's Chris Overstreet. Hello, Chris. Hi. Good to have you on the stream, my friend. Welcome, welcome, and welcome. We are just under 7 minutes in. Carol Zach sets a new fastest time there, 55.8. Closest to is again Alfie, 55.6. Everyone, Chameleon getting in there with a 56.1. 3 drivers in 56, and then how many drivers in 57s? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 drivers in the 57 seconds. So yeah, this is very tightly fought. Sadly, Bain and Kanoji possibly struggling to get a lap time in below the 1 minute, but we'll see what they can do. Sana new name there in the entries. So a new wildcard entry from the waiting list, I do believe, as Liam stops it on track, presumably going to go return back to the pits. Let's check in with the one of the alphas. Again, the alphas here are restricted in power. Can't remember how much restricted they are, but they are. They do have a restrictor on them, and it is predetermined via every round. The four-wheel drive of these cars can give a better performance than the rear-wheel drive of the Mercedes and the BMWs in this league. So far, the alphas aren't really giving a good showing. Highest one is Olkers in 5th. Leach Silver and Leach Senior. I was about to say they were in 10th, 11th and 12th respectively, but Leach Senior goes up to 8th. So they're not too far off the pace, but the margins here, there isn't much to separate them.
No, definitely some very tight gaps here going down the timing tree. So as expected, I'm sure we'll see some really close racing as long as everybody can keep it generally clean, we'll say.
13% restricted on the Alphas, 3% on the BMWs, Chris reckons. I would like to agree with him on that one, I do think.
Yeah, I believe the BMWs have the a little bit of a straight line speed, so that's probably why they ticked on the 3% there, just to kind of knock them down a little bit.
I think we've got it pretty much bang on, really, with a good mix of cars within the top 10. 18 drivers here tonight. Ignore mine and Dominic's names at the bottom of the timing screen. We are, how Assetto Corsa works, we do have to register as a car, but we will definitely not be partaking in the qualifying session. Leave it to these guys to sort themselves out, and we'll just ignore that. But everyone now sub 1 minute. That's nice to see.
Yeah, definitely going to add to the lap count, that's for sure, for the race. Yeah, I wonder if that's going to have any negative effects on tire wear, or if it's just not going to matter because of how straight the track is.
Potentially, we'll be sure to find out, no doubt. But as it stands, the BMs, even with that little bit of restriction, are owning the top spots. 1st, 2nd, 4th and 5th so far, with just over 3 minutes to go. Alright, what's Alfie going to do as he comes across the line? Can't improve. Pulls it off. And he is about 0.02 of a second slower than his best time. The margins here, incredibly small.
Yeah, it's definitely going to come down to who can basically stay in that draft, and then I'm assuming there's going to be a last lap pass for the lead if they stay close enough.
Tactical slipstreaming, the name of the day. Right, what's Johan Karolzak doing? He comes down the main straight. I don't think this is going to be an improvement. It might just be an outlap. I think that's an outlap for him, basically. Or time didn't even register, so I'm presuming that is an outlap and the game's just glitched a little bit there. But he goes deep anyway, and that will invalidate his lap.
Yeah, definitely getting in a little bit deep there, going past the far curb.
Hamilton on a lap as well, goes through penultimate corner, and the final corner is not really a corner, but you have to turn for it, I guess. So, and Camille is going to come down to, oh, this is going to be close. Close across the line. Oh, can't improve. 156.189. He's done a 156.176. Sorry, I said 156, didn't I? A 56.176, should I say? I'm used to having a minute in front of it.
I just saw Nikola Kakis jump up to 9th place with a 57.111.
Good lap from him. Securely puts him in the top 10 with over a minute to go. Ben Durama in the chat. Hello, Ben. Just want to point out this race wasn't originally on the list. It was on by popular request. Well, we definitely have the popularity of one of the most, if not attended races of the season. It's wonderful to see. 18 drivers, 18 guys fighting it out, all for the same piece of tarmac pretty much, come the race. We'll have this 10-minute qualifying. It'll wrap up in about half a minute or so. We'll go into a 30-minute race. One enforced pit stop as well, so you could be somewhat tactical, but on this track it's going to be slipstream buddies and hope for best. And then we get to do it all over again. Another half-hour race, but only a 5-minute qualifying for race 2. So we will have excitement for first half hour, get to wind down a little bit, and then we'll be able to take it from there.
Yeah, I wonder if everybody probably, if when they go to pit, if they just are going to pit together. I would assume you probably don't really want to end up by yourself when you come out of the pits.
No, exactly. You want to have a buddy per se, as we do see these cars kind of clumping together during their qualifying laps. You know, taking the risk of not try and invalidate or ruin each other's laps, and valuing the slipstream of the cars. And come across the line, Karolzak doesn't improve sadly. Leach up to 8th. It's a good lap from Leach. He finishes his qualifying. Only other drivers on the lap, Stack Silver and Lindblom, as we just wait for them to come across the line. And Netraxa Bevan made it to clear himself from the Eurotunnel. And, say what now? I don't follow. Is that particular?
I am not sure what the Eurotunnel is. If that is even a thing.
You do not know what...
I don't know.
No, you do not know what the Eurotunnel is.
You must inform me. I am American, I'm sorry.
The Eurotunnel is the train you can get underneath the English Channel between France and England. You can either go on a drive... What? Yeah, there is a train. Did you not know this?
No, I knew that, but I didn't know it had a name.
Oh, the Eurotunnel.
I just figured it was just a tunnel.
It's called Eurotunnel, Eurostar, Eurotunnel. The tunnel to Europe. Anyway.
What if you're in Europe? Then wouldn't it be like the English tunnel?
Chris has said in chat, it used to call it the channel in the US.
See, that makes so much more sense.
No way.
It's the Channel Tunnel.
You Americans are so literal. Everything you do, you're just so literal. Sidewalk, restroom. No, pavement, bathroom. Anyway, I could go on all night.
Except for driveways and our parkways.
Oh.
I don't know who named those things. I think we took those from you.
Yeah, we call it a driveway if we park a car in front of the house. That's normal. You've actually learned. You Americans have learned something. Anyway, as I go on night, and I'm going to fail to notice that we have all the cars lined up for what will be a fantastic first half-hour race. Let's follow Johan Karolzak as we start the race. This is going to be insane. I don't know where to look for the start. We're going to go with the leader and just hope for the best. 6 lights are on. And they are out. And they all get away. There we go. Quickly jump back to the live photos. And Johan leads them away down the main straight. Everyone looks to get through reasonably cleanly. On the brakes. Oh, there's contact. That was a Mercedes or someone. Oh, there's cars around in the background. Oh, that's a lot of them. Senior, Bob, Kanoji, and Bruce, potentially, all caught up in turn 1 fiasco.
Yeah, Tim Bob definitely coming out with the short stick there, quite far off the back of the pack, it's looking like.
Yeah, absolutely. Up ahead, though, everyone. Oh, no, not everyone gets off cleanly. That was Ben Myatt having a massive moment on exit. He gets away with it in the background very briefly. There's been a change for second place, though. Beaver and Chameleon have exchanged places, and they're going to go side by side. Again, look at this slipstreaming. Beevan's left vulnerable. He's got Chameleon on his bumper, trying to get the slipstream and the speed advantage down the straight. They're doing the same in the background as well, with everyone else down further in the field. They're all on the brakes for the second time. The leader's just about to figure it out. Jacob Hines dropped down the order, sadly. I might have an issue. Oh, there's contact up ahead. Leach is round. And there's further contact. Nikola Kakis, Bain, all falling foul to turn 1.
Yeah, that turn 1 I think is going to be the hot spot for action. It's pretty much the tightest corner we got and the biggest, heaviest braking spot we got as well.
Leach has damage as well. So he'll be...
Bain's
massive contact! Ever so sorry to interrupt you there. I'm going to share my screen because you need to see what I'm seeing, don't you? Bless you. Massive contact between two cars. I didn't know who they were. Jesus,
that was Senna and I believe Leach or Irwin, one of the two.
I think it was Leach Senior. Oh boy. Now 6th place Olkers, turn 1 is round. I think Lindblom's involved there as well.
I think that was a disconnection. Somebody...
Oh, Leach is disconnected. The young Leach has disconnected from the server. That's interesting. Meanwhile, out in the lead, 1.8 second lead, is Johan Kalozak. Punching the gap in the air and clearing a gap between him and 2nd and 3rd place. Oh, I think he's going to get away with that. We'll go jump back further down the order though. Olkers and Lindblom are going to have a battle into turn 1. And what is incredible, Underscore is now following. Thank you very much. As we see more contact on the apex of turn 1. Oh boy. That's a real pinch point for these guys.
Yeah, definitely going to cause some problems for any big packs of cars going down into there, I feel like. Hopefully by the end of the race, maybe they'll be able to sort it out. But I think the speeds that they're coming in there and the brakes they got underneath them just don't quite match. No,
sadly not. Oh, there's contact and through the last corner between Olkers and Lindblom. Lindblom and Irwin, should I say. And now, Lindblom's going to try and make a move on Olkers. It's going to go 3 wide into turn 1. Dear God, guys, sort it out. Gee, I do sort it out just about. They're going to stay 3 wide. Oh, Sana in the background having an incident. Might have just gone a little bit too deep there and got himself caught out a little bit. The battle for Olkers, Irwin and Lindblom though still going strong as they go through the chicane in the middle of the track. Run it out as wide as they dare onto the pavement / curb. Can I breathe yet?
Quick look at chat and Chris says, "Oh yes, definitely picked a good race to skip." And I would agree. I would agree with that.
Yeah, absolutely.
That first turn is looking a little hairy.
It is indeed. And they're still going to go at it. As a change of position for 4th and 5th as well up ahead. Silver getting past Ash Hill, and I think these guys are going to try... Oh, Lindblom tries around the outside. Gets a bit oversteery though, can't quite make that work. There is, however, a recovering Nikola... No, it's not a recovering Nikola Kakis. He is spinning again, bless him. So he's been involved in another either self-made or encouraged incident. And of course, oh, Lindblom's round. Lindblom is spun.
Yeah, him and Irwin had a little side-by-side door to action, and he ended up just going around. Irwin, though, with a big slide coming out of the last turn there, too.
Oh, let's have a look. Oh no, stick with this on live photos as Lindblom is recovering. That's now him, Kanoji, Leech Senior, Nikola Kakis, Bruce and Leech has rejoined the server, but being a lap down sadly. So he will have an issue. Oh, is that? Oh, that's contact!
That was Kanoji getting into the back of Lindblom there.
I looked away for a brief minute and then suddenly I saw one car facing the wrong way and another car probably doing a pitbull maneuver. That was definitely interesting. So
yeah, that's definitely 2 times now. Oh, Kanoji waiting actually to give that position back. So good on him. Definitely not encouraged to do that, but felt like he had to make it right.
Indeed he does in some way or another. Stevie Baines in the wall. Stephen carefully trying to rejoin. And indeed he does.
I'm just going to go out and say it. I think Steve is not enjoying that Beamer as much as past vehicles he's driven, more or less, we'll say.
No, sadly not. Sarnado is making moves, got past Ben Myatt for 9th, our wonderful resident admin, racer and decent, good rounded old chap. I don't think he'll enjoy him calling old though, so he might have a moan at me for that.
Oh, the old chap.
The old chap, it's a very generic term, isn't it? It's fine, not calling him an old, I'm just noting that he might actually just be prehistoric at this point. Anyway. I'm so dead. Nikola Kakis making a move in the background now on Leech Senior into the penultimate turn and indeed holds position?
Question mark?
Question mark? There's more of a question than a statement at that point.
Oh, big contact there.
That's my...
Goes Leech Senior getting into the back of Myatt.
Oh,
Myatt and Nikola Kakis come together.
Ben needs to be careful. Admin and all, got to set a standard, but yeah, it's a race after all, so he's going to be fighting for it.
Got to set a standard, but get out of the way.
I'm an admin ram. No, I'm joking.
I've got the admin bubble. I can do no wrong.
We definitely can do wrong and have done wrong multiple times in races. I can guarantee you that.
As he misses his breaking point right there. Proven true statement.
Sorry to interrupt you, Zach Silver from 4th. Dropping down the order.
That looked like maybe a turn 1 incident. Wonder if there was coming together or if that was just missing the brakes.
Potentially, we will wait and see. I think he's okay. He's got away with it. But let's continue, albeit down in 6th place, sadly. Right, so 20 minutes to go of this first race, and still waiting pit stops.
Yeah, definitely a lot of action here in the first. Oh, got another coming together as I'm clicking through the order. Myatt and Nikola Kakis just bumping and changing places. But a lot of action here in the beginning.
In chat, Chris Overstreet thinking that Zach has probably cooked his tyres already, and Netraxa admin will retaliate. We won't retaliate. We'll just enforce the rules as Nikola Kakis.
We are moving yellow and black flags. That's why Ben has chosen the livery he is.
Exactly. Oh dear Lord.
He'll give you a black flag on the spot.
Oh, contact! Lindblom, Nikola Kakis. 2 does not go into 1 on that corner, and the wall was fast approaching, and I think Nikola Kakis was just a bit of an unwanted sandwich there. Silver in the pits. First of the pit stops of the race.
I think Chris was bang on there. Definitely probably cooked his tires already, and that's why he's the first one to jump in there.
These guys are going at it. They're exchanging positions, jumping up and down in the timing beam and timing the timing tower on the left side of your screen. He's gonna. Ooh, there's a massive snap under steering for Nikola Kakis. Gets to the apex. There's a car going deep. I think it was Stevie Bain going deep into the corner. Recovers it to keep up with these guys.
He was going extremely deep into that corner. He actually is coming back for a pass on Ben right there.
Ben gives him space though, and eventually has to yield, probably unwittingly, as Leach Senior always makes contact with Ben as well.
I wonder if Ben's at the point where he's just like, "Can you guys please just leave me alone?
Stop it! It's enough. I had enough. I just want to race. God damn it!
I just want to do laps. There's still 20 minutes." He jumps into the pits. There he goes. He's like, "I'm out of here. You guys have fun."
Absolutely. Pit window is open, and was that open for Zach Silver? I didn't notice the pit window actually being open. Ooh, massive moment.
I believe it was.
Ben, okay, fair enough. Ben completely outbrakes himself there into turn one. I'm gonna slowly move myself away from him and stop commentators cursing him as Leach Senior and Sana going at it. Zach pitted the first lap he could. Fair enough. Oh yeah, 10 minutes into it in the middle of the race for the pit window. So that makes total sense. Sadly, Ben Meyer is around again, but keeps on going. This battle here is... Oh, that's Senior going into the pit lane. So it gets away with getting out of that battle and potentially trying to find a bit more clear air. Oh, can't quite find a pit box though. Right, let's have a check-in with the leaders. It's quite a quiet race now so far for Johan Karolzak. I say that, and I just saw a red alpha dart across the bottom of the screen. So it might not be very quiet, and he's going to start approaching back markers now, who are still holding out for a pit stop.
Yeah, definitely. I'm assuming there's going to be a little bit of overlap. That's for sure with the short laps and the amount of time it takes to get in and out of the pits.
Yeah, absolutely so. Karolzak still hasn't pitted. Erwin Olkers are going at it as well for 5th and 6th. Olkers.
Yeah, nobody in the top 7 has pitted. 8th, all the way down to 8th. Sana is the last one who hasn't pitted. And then Myatt hasn't either in the lower 10.
Yeah, absolutely. So we will just keep an eye on that. Annoyingly, people are going to go a lap down. We're going to lose the timing, so the gaps will be relatively unclear for part of the race. As Olkers dives into the pit lane. Alfie... Oh, hits the wall on his way in now. Alfie Bevan also in the pit lane. He's taken his pit stop. So it is... What? Sana, Tip Bob, Erwin Hill, Chameleon, Karolzak? Not pitted yet?
The top 4, and then Bob, and then Sana, and then Myatt.
Yeah.
So skipping one every other after.
Yeah, Karolzak is really stretching those softs, and he's got a 10-second lead over P2. How in the world he's managing to do that, I do not know. As we await for the top runners to make their pit stops. I said annoyingly, we have now lost part of the timing because people are going a lap down, which is very slightly annoying, but that should resolve itself when the leaders actually decide to pit, and we can hope that the cars behind them will unlap themselves as they go into the pits. It's only a 57, 58 second lap, so we can definitely hope that the speed of the leader is not just completely overpowering. He goes for another lap. So he's extending the stint completely, is Karolzak.
Yeah, I mean, I'd suppose he hasn't had any major lockups. He's been driving relatively clean, honestly, in comparison to a lot of the other lockups. So he should be able to stretch that out right to the end, I'd assume.
Indeed, you would. You would hope so.
What was his last lap that he came through on?
Didn't see, sadly. So we'll keep an eye on it as he crosses the line. He's got a couple more corners before he does. If he doesn't go into pits. Right, Irwin's in the pits. And annoyingly, Karolzak is also into as well. So, we'll now see some of these cars potentially catch up with... Oh, in the background, that's an Alpha going into the wall. Was that Sana? I think it was. And a lot of cars now pitting. P1, P2, 7th and 8th, all into the pits. So, Bevan... Where are they? Bevan and Tim Bob, all the way down the order. Ash Hill now inherits the lead. As he gets past a Chameleon, that is no, it's not for position, ignore me.
Yep, it was for position. Nope, Hill is the leader right now because he has not pitted yet. And Bob has not pitted, and Maya has not pitted.
Really? Getting out there are these guys. 15, 20, so we're getting some timings back, which is quite nice. Timber, very close to Chameleon, that area. That is for battle. I was getting confused there with P1 and potentially another car, but they are continuing.
Hill does go in now.
He does indeed. Now, where is that going to bring... No, Karolzak's going to get the lead back. That's inevitable. Where does it bring him back out, though, in regards to the whole standings? Are we looking about P6, P7 potentially?
Yeah, I'd say right around in that area, 6, 7.
Karolzak gained 2 seconds. Yeah.
Bob is jumping in 2, and I guess the last person we'll see would be Myatt, whether or not he jumps in. I'm assuming he'll have to with the time that's left.
Yeah, he's going to have to. Hill does get going though. And rejoins in 4th. Tim Bob still stuck in the pit lane, dropping to 7th.
I want to say Bob came in 5th place, so I mean he shouldn't drop too many positions, but yeah, he'll definitely drop down maybe to 10th, 11th.
Yeah, and Ben Meyer also coming into the pits, and that is everyone. Everyone's taken their mandatory pits and 10.5 minutes to go. Oh, issue for Kanoji. Why is he all the way over there? That's off at turn 1. So he's, for some reason, stopped all the way over in the runoff area. Stephen Bing has a spin. Okay, that was commentator's curse. I am sorry, but Stevie, I regret my decision.
Kanoji disconnected. That's what I thought. It was why I think his car was just there for longer than he was, kind of thing.
Yeah, absolutely. And yes, quite possible that Tim was repairing damage. Stephen forgot he had a middle pedal there. Yes, he did, absolutely. Spinella is I can't tell whose name that is on Twitch. I'm so sorry. My eyes are just can't contrast to the colour on the background of the screen. Who said that? In Spinella. I like that. I'm gonna have to use that a little bit more.
Here comes the sun.
Here comes the sun. Do 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 do. Sorry.
I know. That's the first thing that popped into my head as well.
Here comes the sun. Oh no, that's copyright. No, that's not. That's not. Jacob Hyden, no. You've got a battle here for P5 and P6. Sorry, 4th, 5th, and 6th, should I say. Hein going to go on the outside around Olkers. No, thinks better Olkers defence. Is that going to be the over-under? Oh, there's potential contact there.
The form of an over-under.
Yeah. And Olkers, oh, that's a tricky position to be in to get a car turned around. I think he makes the best of a very, very bad and tricky situation.
I think that was the I'll put the underside of your boot over my hood and move you kind of technique.
I think so, yes. Sadly, Kanoji has disconnected and is going to be registered as a DNF if he doesn't rejoin the server. So obviously some issues there that he struggled to deal with and couldn't get going again. However, Karolczak is leading, but Alfie Bevan 5.5 seconds off the leader. He was right down the order early in the race.
Yeah, I want to say after the pit stops were done, they were about 4.5 seconds in between them. So I think Karolczak's gaining a little bit of time.
Yeah. Who was I thinking? Oh, it was Leach, ignore me.
Oh, Bevan had a big slide there in the first turn, as he usually does, driving that thing sideways.
He likes to drive that thing sideways for some reason. That's how he best handles that car, and I can't get my head around it. I love an oversteery car, but when you slide it and kind of like drift it through corners, and it's just quicker than just being careful on the throttle, it's a bit bonkers to me, really. But hey ho, he's doing good.
Yeah, there's definitely a difference between slip angle and outright drifting, and he is at the very far end of slip angle, maybe on the bottom side of drifting.
Yeah. That's good information there for me, Chris. Alfie's tyres are about 3 or 4 minutes older than Karolczak, so tyre life will be potentially a slight issue, a slight advantage for Karolczak. Oh, we've got Tim Bob having an issue on turn 1. He's made contact with P2. Oh, he gets away with it though.
That was quite the door.
That was a door slam if I've ever seen one. I don't think it was on purpose. I think he just was at the wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah, I don't think Alfie would have even seen him coming. He was coming from, the opposite angle of where Alfie was trying to go. Or even looking. Oh, no.
Tim Bob.
A little bit of a...
He's timmed himself.
He definitely opted. You could see there was an effort to... He knew he wasn't making it, and he was going around rather than going through.
Indeed. Right, let's jump with Olkers and Silver, because this is a battle that's been brewing for a little while. I think Olkers maybe has let Sack get the better of him for now. I say that, he closes right up through the middle chicane there, and Silver will go defensive, give him the inside line of this little right hand kink, but then have the inside line for this left hander. Doesn't matter because Olkers just gets it done around the outside. But then Silver may have a run down into the final turn onto the straight. They're going to go side by side for the best part of it.
Yeah, definitely going with the teammate livery here. Matching.
Yeah, absolutely. Because fighting teammates always ends up in a good result.
It's either a happy team or very frustrated drivers, right?
Of course, it's you just have to look at Lewis and Nico and every championship battle where 2 cars are dominant in Formula 1.
Yeah.
Vettel, Weber, Prost, Senna.
Anybody who... Yeah, right. That would probably be the all-time one.
Yeah, for sure.
That's because it's 2 champions.
Yeah. Right, James Leach Sr. fighting with Tim Bob. Got a back marker in front of them now, so they'll have to be careful. Is that a back marker? No, that is Tim Bob in the BMW. I do apologise. And he's going to defend harshly, and I believe behind him is one of the leaders. Without knowing, from all the timings that we usually get, it's very hard to track. Car 7, that's Hill, that's Ash Hill in the red car on the right. Oh, there's a car sitting in the middle of the track. That is Ben Myatt. And he's returned to the pit lane. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
That's a very odd place to be, honestly.
If he's knackered his knee, we may be inspecting him in the comms booth at any minute.
Yep. That, or he may just say have a good one.
Yeah, pretty much. Net Raxa reckons Zach is going to murder Olkers. Well, for now they are far enough apart not to maybe have quite that concern.
You've seen those gaps pretty much disappear under that first turn braking zone. I think I've seen a 2-second gap go to 0.
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it seems like it's either they close right up and they make it work somehow, or you just see them going off into the distance past the turn, right?
We're seeing a Pierre Gasly moment. Oh no.
Or even a Lewis Hamilton turn 1 Bahrain.
Let's not.
Yeah, we got to bring him up. He's done it.
We don't need to talk about that, okay? There's so many other things we can talk about. Olka's getting past, I believe that is the BMW there of Ben Myatt. No, that's not Ben Myatt. It's probably a different BMW. Probably Stevie Bain, potentially. It is Stephen Bain. That's a back marker. So running his own race, but just making sure he stays out of the way of people and doesn't cause too much of a inconvenience. Ben Dorama has murdered his car to death. Oh,
yeah,
Ben.
By the judging of the place I saw the car resting, I would assume that's the only reason it ended up there.
Oh, Ben, oh, Ben, oh, Ben. Well, for now, Zach Silver isn't going to murder anyone because he's caught up in this backmarker traffic because he's struggling to get past. Got 2 slower cars, always darting left and right, trying to get the slipstream to get past. Up the inside. Yeah, he makes that work, but you're going to get the cut back on him. He's in the same place where he started.
Made it work very briefly.
He did indeed.
Did one of those waving as you go past and then waving with the other hand as you get past.
Yeah, sounds about right. Well, down he stays in 8th, 1 lap down sadly. One of those guys might have actually been the race leader. It was actually the race leader, Carol Zach, who actually just lapped Zach, so Zach was probably trying to follow the leader, dived by him, and then the leader leader did then get the undercut into turn 1 and got the place back. Naughty, naughty Zach. Well, this will be the final lap for Carol Zach as he tiptoes his way through traffic. Olka's this battle that the leader's now lapping was kicking off a little bit. Olka's and Hine. I think Olka's getting the better of Hine there in the Mercedes, and Hine's now going to be vulnerable to that's a car in the background. That's Bain spinning in the dying moments of the race. But we will say congratulations. Oh, Hine and Silver now and going at it in the background, but we're going to stick with the leader and say congratulations to Carol Zach. 31 laps raced and 30, or maybe just slightly under 30 laps led. But we'll say congratulations to the race winner, for race 1 tonight of the 5th round of the Classic DTM Championship here on oNiD Racing Community. Hyan and Silver see the checkered flag behind them. Oh, Lindblom and Owen going at it at the line. Are people out of fuel? Who is going slowly?
That looks... Who is that getting pushed? They're getting pushed very quickly, though. That was Irwin getting pushed by Bane, possibly. Yep. Yeah. Bane pushing Irwin.
Bane pushing... Were they running out of fuel?
Tell you what, Bane got Irwin going at least 90 there.
Absolutely he did. Olkers will come across the line for 5th on the lead lap. Everyone else has pretty much seen the checkered flag or has started return to pits. But that's that for race 1. Huh.
Yeah, definitely an eventful one, that's for sure. The first 10 minutes were back and forth.
Gee whiz. That was insane. We're going to do it all over again. That's the fun part.
Yeah, definitely got a second race here tonight for another half hour. Should prove for, I'm sure it'll be just...
As we just leave the server and wait for the second one to go live, we will just briefly wait for things to change over. As my computer decided for a hissy fit. I'm not sure if we're still live.
This is exciting as the first one.
Yeah, my computer might have just had thrown a bit of hissy fit there. We are still live, just.
There we go.
There we go. Me trying to leave the server just for some reason makes my PC throw an absolute hissy fit. Yes, so what were you saying there, Dominic? I do apologise. You were cut off very briefly.
I was just saying that it was a good round or a good first race, and hopefully the second race will be just as exciting.
Absolutely, we can all but hope. I'm sure we will get a very good second race. Let's see what's happening with the next race's server. Our wonderful friends at SimRacing.GP providing all of our servers for all of our events, whether it be AC, ACC, or a cheeky AMS2 community race. No leagues for AMS2 yet, actually. That'll be interesting to see that ever happens. Let's have a look and see how long it is until our next session goes live.
About 2 minutes.
About 2 minutes. Oh, 3 minutes. 3 minutes. 3 minutes.
Yeah, 3 minutes.
3 minutes. You bet.
I was guessing.
You're guessing.
I was close. Close, but not right.
Yeah. Next racer, he killed his tyres. Alfie's computer isn't dead. It's feeling better. Cool. Awesome. Don't know why. What happened to Alfie in that race?
Shall we see what happened to Ben, possibly?
Is he with us in the comms booth? I haven't heard him sneak in.
No, he didn't sneak in, but I feel like we should give some information and see how he ended up backwards with the dead car.
We do need to find out. I can't drag him in here, sadly, which is very annoying. It would be lovely to hear from him, as I manically type in Discord. And get in comms booth, please, Ben. We would love to speak to you if you are listening. But yeah, it was an interesting first race there.
What do you want now?
Oh, hello. Here he is.
Evening.
Good evening. Welcome to Twitchland. What happened?
Greetings. Well, as it turns out, there's a tiny little bit of the barrier around the 100-metre mark to the entrance of the chicane that sticks out and makes a clipping plane. And if you drag your front wheel on the little patch of grass just going up to it that's about a foot wide, it'll pull you front first onto that tiny corner barrier and instantly kill your engine.
Ha!
And then, because if you leave the server and come back in, it won't count you as having done your pit stop and disqualify you. So I couldn't leave the server, and it's a 3-minute penalty to change the engine.
Benjamin.
It was funny, if nothing else.
Good lord. We saw you just stopped on track. You're like,
Yeah.
oh, his
Yeah,
knees, his knees gone. Then it's fine.
No, I just killed the car.
You just.
I was pressing the throttle, trying to spin the car around, and then noticed that the engine block was 100% red.
That would help. Well, what's the vibes at the minute in the voice channel? What's the?
Everyone seems in good spirits, to be honest. I know there was a fair amount of chaos as Norisring generates, so everyone's just saying, right, deal with it after the race, put your reports in. That's what we do.
18 drivers tonight. A fantastic turnout.
It is a great turnout. It's been a great turnout all season, to be honest. I'm very happy. The championship has been oversubscribed.
We still have a waiting list, don't we?
We finally finished the waiting list today.
Oh, God.
So people have dropped out for whatever reason, and other people have come in and instantly taken the spot. I think there might be someone else who's looking at the waiting list but hasn't decided yet.
Got you.
So we got a couple of people who've signed up to do the Racing Stronger races tonight, so they couldn't take the slots that they'd put themselves down for on the waiting list. So we went through the list today to get people into the available slots.
Good. It's wonderful to hear that. Apologies. We're sorry to the folks who wanted to race that have to wait on the waiting list, but it's so encouraging to see that there is such fantastic interest in what we do.
It is amazing. I've got to say, of all the races to come in for your first races, these are not the easiest ones to do.
It's insane. Why? Norisring.
I'm just saying, it wasn't on the calendar originally. People asked me to put it on. I'm not taking the blame for this.
I absolve myself of all responsibility for whatever happens tonight.
100%
is what you're saying. Okay, fine.
Absolutely.
I think what we should say is, as admins, don't leave me with any liability. It is fantastic, and guys, thank you for dropping in chat. We do see it, and it's lovely to see. Ben Asker had a lot of faith in you, Zach Silver. Yeah, I guess so. And love this track, says Tim Bob, and Ben, you had the ability to say no.
Yeah, it made sense. It's a DTM track. The DTMs were winning the vote at the time, so yeah, it makes sense. We'll put them on. Hey, Chris doesn't get to complain tonight. He's not even racing it.
Oh, exactly.
He doesn't have to put up with it this week.
Yeah, you can't complain from the sidelines.
So I could have put Avis on as well, but I talked myself out of that one.
Well, that would have been interesting.
Got all these cars down into the first hairpin on the Avis circuit.
I mean, is this any worse though? It's pretty much the same thing.
Norisring is just a glorified Avis.
Yeah, there's just no secondary chicane.
Yeah.
And by you saying that,
I can't complain. Watch me.
By saying that, Ben, you have just literally lit up chat. Thank you very much.
Oh dear
God.
The only reason I didn't put it on, to be honest, was because we'd done it in the previous 2 seasons.
Yeah, the minis and the radicals. Yes. Yeah,
I swear the Norisring literally is the Avis ring. It's just the secondary chicane at the Avis ring is smaller. It's bigger at the Norisring, and then the little turn going into the last turn is just after the U-turn, not before it on the Norisring. There's like a little dog leg to the right before the U-turn at the Avis, and then there's a little dog leg after on the Norisring.
Dear God. Right.
To the new server.
Has the new server gone live? It has indeed.
Yes, I am going to have to type like a maniac, getting on the amount of restrictors we have on the cars this evening.
Yeah, what is the restriction? It's 13 for Alpha and 3.
13 for the Alpha, 3% for the BMW.
Yeah, Chris was bang on with that.
Because we have a admin who has been wonderful all season testing. We're not giving their name out at the moment so that people don't nag them. But they've been brilliant all season. They've been running tests every single week to dial in this balance of performance.
We know who it is. You don't know.
Yeah.
No. Anyway,
and it's been and personally, I think it's been working really well. I was saying to guys in chat earlier this week, we're aiming for about half a second across the cars in terms of performance, and thus far it's seemed to have worked really well.
We've seen,
not taking into account differing levels of talent.
Yeah. And we've seen a really nice spread of people in different cars across the grid. So I think the person that is doing it deserves a massive pat on the back come the end of the season. And once their testing and driving abilities are no longer needed, we will definitely give out the name of the person that was doing it.
A very public thanks.
A very, very public thank you.
Who is driving? Which of the camera cars is driving into me?
Camera car.
So I read the chat, and it says that there was a camera car blocking at pit stalls. So I'm seeing that possibly for this next race, I'll just put my car in the pits for you guys. I'll put it in the garage.
Jesus Christ! Right, Ben.
Less silly. Right, I'm going to jump back over to the chat.
Absolutely do so. We will leave you to it. Good sir. Have a wonderful rest of your evening, and have a good race.
I'll try and catch up with you again afterwards if you want.
Pleasure, thank you. No worries. We'll see you in a bit.
See you in a bit.
Laters. Right then, Dominic. Shall we go back to once I've clicked on something else? Shall we go back to live images of the race?
Definitely. I'm just in here watching everybody do some practice laps. Seems like we got 3 or 4 out electing to do it. The rest are probably just going to hang out.
As we jump to live pictures of Camilleon going very deep into turn 1. That was very scary for a moment. But yes, we've got about 6 and a minutes after practice, as we await people to join the server, get a bit of practice in. This time's mainly for just a bit of tomfoolery and making sure people actually are joining the server and can join the server ready for race 2. What I am going to do though is I'm going to leave you with this for a couple of seconds as I go and get some water. Are you able to just commentate on what you're seeing on Discord? Because at the minute Stephen Bain is going round and round very hilariously as he does get going.
Yeah, again. He was doing donuts a little bit earlier.
Let's be right back with you, Per. I just need to go and get some water. Sorry, folks. This is me being totally unprepared. We'll be back in a moment. Dominic, back to you for 2 minutes.
Yeah, no worries. Alright, so it does look like Bane got around. Who was it? I cannot tell. The other BMW. But, definitely getting a little sideways there in the last corner. Looks like everybody's just out there having fun, getting the last few laps in before the qualifier clicks over, and the rest of them are probably just electing to go get waters and probably use the restroom and take the few minutes to relax in between the next half-hour race. But hopefully this next race will be just as exciting as the first race that we had. So it'll be the same kind of layout with the middle 10 minutes being the pit time. So basically within that middle 10 minutes, everybody's going to have to cycle through the pits, change their tire compound, and get back out onto the track and get back racing again. So hopefully it doesn't shuffle up as much as it did last race. It seems like after the pits, everybody kind of was a little bit more spread out. But hopefully this next race, everybody will be able to stay a little bit closer together.
You'd be very glad to know that I am back.
Yeah, I assumed you were. Unless you had to go down the street to go get some water.
No.
Ran to the shop,
Just ran to the shop, Just, what do you call it in America? You went to the corner shop or the 7-Eleven. I go 7-Eleven.
Yeah. I ran out of the quick pick is the one that we got around here.
Quick pick.
Yes, just you quickly pick what you need and get out of there.
You Americans are so damn literal about everything.
Hey, can't fault us for it.
Yeah. There's many things you can fault about being an American.
Yeah, that is very true. I will agree with you there.
I'm not going to speculate because again I will be here all evening. 3.5 minutes ago of free practice. Scott on top, and the timings don't mean anything. And you get Stephen Bain doing silly stuff like that. It just doesn't really matter with this warm-up session of just tomfoolery and shenanigans. And yeah, we'll just wait for these guys to finish up their laps and finish doing what they're doing. We will then go at it for 5-minute qualifying. So I would say 1 lap shootout, but the lap around here is so short you can probably get 2 or 3 laps in.
Yeah, probably gonna definitely be able to get multiple laps in, that's for sure. It's just a matter of I guess how quick you can get out. And
Yeah.
I'm assuming it doesn't really matter if somebody's right on your front end, because you're gonna want that. You're gonna want the draft anyways.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Leach is on a lap, starting a lap, and will be one of the last drivers to go on to their final laps with about 2.5 minutes to go. I'm winding down from that last race, but then kind of acknowledging that it's just going to go absolutely hectic again in about 10 minutes' time.
Yeah, definitely a little bit of the calm before the storm, if you will, right now.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Oh, and breathe. Cool. Right. just over 1.5 minutes, and each third. Good enough time there for third place. Well, wasn't the time. That wasn't the time for third. He did a 58-second lap there for some reason, but he has done a 56.9. 3 drivers now down in the 56s, even in practice. So they've obviously figured out where to find time. Oh, where's the Lindblom going? That is a very interesting.
Fun and adventure.
Oh dear lord. Well, he's going to stay parked there, and I don't know where that is. I think that's it, right at the end of turn 1 again.
That's the very last turn, actually.
Oh. Random.
He is off talking to the corner workers, making sure they have everything they need for the next round.
Norisring hide and seek competition, says Chris. Oh dear.
Oh, you popped out on somebody. We got a little cops and robbers going here.
Ew. Dear God. Let's not. I'm still struggling to see where that is. Anyway. Oh. Yeah, I figured it out.
He's way in the back. You could actually get behind one of the walls.
That's insane. Stop trying to break the game, guys, alright? We've read enough of Zach doing that last season. Going into the Parc Fermé and driving around Parc Fermé and going off the track and breaking the game, breaking the server. Because that was interesting.
Yeah, which one was that? Where there was like the invisible trailer jump in the parking lot, and all of a sudden everybody just crashed, and it was like, really?
Goodwood?
No, I want to say it was what was it? What's that Italian track? That like crazy Italian track. It like laps over itself. I think it's an Italian track. It like figure 8s kind of.
Pass.
Yeah, I don't know. We only did it one time because of that. I'm pretty sure. I think that was pretty much the ticket it got to get off the schedule.
Yeah, that would make sense. We will say hi. Hi, Silvano. Thank you for saying hi in chat. Wonderful to have you. Good evening, sir. And or person. Don't assume your gender. That would help, wouldn't it? And everyone's now finished their laps. We have 18 drivers in the server tonight for this one, potentially, or no, ignore me. Yeah, 18 drivers. Yes, we have 18 drivers. going to go out and qualify and try and set the best lap time they can in what is going to be a shortened qualifying session of 5 minutes. The calm before the storm.
I was just about to say, this is the true calm before the storm. Everybody's just sitting there waiting. Got 30 seconds. Frantically clicking the go button.
Go. Wanna go. Me fast.
Everybody at the tail end of the grid is like, why did they put me back here?
Just why? I don't want to do this anymore. But
Probably like, what are these two BMWs doing next to me?
it's like, huh? What are these two orange BMWs here for? That's really random. What the hell are they doing? It's just us. Don't worry, we're not going to track. It's fine. Right, 5 minute quali. Karolzak leads them away down into turn 1. Are people going to fight for position in this qualifying session?
I don't know. I think they'd all just follow in. If they were smart, they'd get into one massive train and try to break some like lap records here.
Oh, bless you. Silvana says, it's been a while since I've seen DTM. I remember playing an actual DTM game when I was younger. Oh, the mods on this set of course, you can get quite realistic mods on some of these cars, and the tracks that we use are all race department approved as well. So, yeah, it's quite impressive what you can do with a bit of modding and a bit of creativity, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know what previous DTM. Well, another was a DTM series, but these cars, I've never played it, but these cars are quite amazing to drive. That's for sure. The physics with them are amazing. I personally like the BMW.
Well, we will have people starting their qualifying laps. Karolzak will be the first to set a lap. Ignore the timings on the left screen. As you see them now, they are out laps. Of course, they are not wholly representative of the actual lap times that people are going to set. It's just the way the app works, sadly. So we will ignore them for the time being and wait for another half a minute or so. Johan Karolzak will be the first driver to come across the line to set a lap time, and we'll probably get another 2 or so laps in. Yeah, I was about to say another couple of laps, maybe even 3 if you're lucky. Silvano says in chat, yeah, I've got some hours in AC. I do a lot of drifting and cruising on, where's that? Shutoko,
man.
Shutoko.
Come on, you don't know what?
No, I don't know.
Oh, we have to introduce you to the Shutoko side of Assetto Corsa.
No, I do not
Shutoko
know.
cruising. It is basically what it is. It's a giant Japanese freeway system with, I believe, I'm gonna be so wrong, but I want to say it's like 60 or 70 kilometers, maybe less, maybe more, of roadway, and all interlinked, and it's basically just got moving traffic that you kind of just drive in and out of, and all different servers have like different variations of traffic, and they make like little mini games out of them. Super fun, super amazing, good times.
Okay, did not know that. That's a first.
Yeah, definitely. It's quite a modding feat, actually. If you look at it from a mod standpoint, the creators of it are pretty amazing for what they've created.
Nice. But yeah, it's very fun. No, competing against others. I downloaded one of those traffic mods and tried driving it. It was frustrating, says Chris Overstreet. And judging by that, I might share your frustration. And with 1.5 minutes left to go of qualifying, Karolzak is leading the way, 56.2, fantastic lap time. Many drivers finding the 56s now, when they weren't doing so previously. Or was it 55s that people get down into? I can't quite remember. Wow.
I want to say it was the high 55s.
Never mind,
yep,
Karolzak's
there we go. right about that mark, I'd say.
Right about there. So, Karolzak 55.8. Closest competitor is Chameleon in P2, 56.3. There's some times of trading in the midfield. Nikola Kakis gets up into 7th. And we'll see if anyone else can improve. What's Chris saying in chat now? Traffic mods aren't designed for human drivers. The truck mod in particular has a cockpit way behind the cab, so you're effectively driving blind. Yeah, I'll give it a go at some point, I guess. All I know is racing in tracks. I never like to think I should race in on a public road. I think it's a bit discouraging. But everyone has their own thing. Of course, if they like it, they like it. Why am I? Who are we to deny that? Karolzak is still on pole. Leach trying to attempt to make a move for first, but can't get there. 56.1 for Leach, and the checker flag is now waving. Times are tumbling. Scott has sadly lost it on the final turn. A very random place to crash the car, as Karolzak has further improved. A 55.5. That's an amazing lap time. Bevan puts it up into 3rd. And Silvano, there is an official way to join. There is sadly a waiting list for this season. And we do have a few rounds left. But if you are interested in wanting to race, then yeah, absolutely, we are organised. It is organised by the oNiD Racing Community, and if you want to head to our Discord channel, and we will be happy to get you all signed up and on the waiting list to see if anyone does drop from the championship. You'll be the first one notified to join in.
Yeah, definitely surprised with the... Well, I guess I'm not really surprised, but we've had this series has been quite the popular one, that's for sure. Been cycling people as they drop out, cycling people in off the waiting list pretty much weekly, I'd say.
If you keep an eye on your top right of your screen, Silvano, discord.gg/oNiD community racing. It pops up every now and again. But if you type that into your web browser, it will take you to the Discord server. That's where you need to find all the information that you can need to join and get on that waiting list.
You want to do the quali rundown for Chris?
I am going to do the quali rundown for Chris. Quali order, sorry, yes. Karolzak, Leach, Beaven, Chameleon, Scott, Olkers, Hill, Irwin, Nikola Kakis, Silver, top 10. Lindblom, Bain, Leach Senior, Jacob Hine, Tim Bob, Norman Bruce, Ben Myatt, Dominic Barut is your top 18. We just had a car leave the P2 spot. Who was that? That's Leach. James Leach has disconnected. What's happened to Leach? He's not going to be able to start the race.
That sucks. He had I want to say he had a disconnection in the first round as well.
And we do get away. We'll follow Beaven down into the first turn. Karolzak gets a good start. Leach has rejoined, but is sadly going to be all the way down the order. Has he? No, he hasn't rejoined. I do apologise. Time in turn. Oh, it's a massive crash on turn 1. That's Myatt, Nikola Kakis, Bruce, all involved there in the first turn. Leach has rejoined and misses the calamity that is turn 1, and they're 3 wide for the lead. Karolzak, Beaver and Olkers going down to the penultimate corner, 3 abreast. I think Chameleon Dead might have to fight along the inside. He will fight along the inside, shall I say. No, that's Beaven. What am I saying? Beaven's in the inside for that corner. And we'll get a run down into the main straight. Karolzak, Beaven was alongside. Beaven yields, dips back into the slipstream. Behind them, people are pairing up, trying to get runs on each other. Bevan along the inside to turn 1, locks the brakes, gets the car turned in. Carol's actually, still there. They're still side by side for the past pretty much the whole lap. It's amazing battling from both of these guys. I think Alfie has now just about got the better of him. There's contact on the apex.
That was a big park move there by Alfie to try to get it turned back in the right direction, and Carol Zach just wasn't expecting it.
Carol Zach has lost out big time. It's been swamped by Zach Silver as well. So Alfie now getting the lead, and behind them people are still keeping it clean, fighting fairly. No other real incidents to report other than lap 1, turn 1.
Fighting fairly or fairly fighting? Sorry, I had to.
I will let you make your own mind up on that. As Alpha going very deep.
Oh, wow.
Zach Silver completely missing his braking zone.
There's a turn there, sir.
He does get it going again and rejoins relatively safely. Oh, that's a spinning Lindblom. Oh, he does get it going again. Olcus has lost out positions. That's a very good point there. Chris, thank you very much. Indeed, but he's back up into 7th, so might have just recovered from a little incident that he might have just got himself involved in. Bane, though, final turn into the tyre wall. And indeed, Alfie has checked out.
Yeah, that's quite the gap he's got already, that's for sure. But, well, now I guess, yeah, I suppose there already was that gap. Carl Zach had to get back past 1 or 2 people, I think, to get back into that 2nd position.
Yeah, indeed. Scott and Erwin fighting 4th and 5th.
Hey, Scott made it for the 2nd round. Nice.
He did indeed. Welcome back, Scott. Scotty themselves. As they go down into the penultimate corner. I say penultimate. You may as well call it the final corner. You may as well call it. It is, but you may as well call it the final corner because that was the final corner. That little kink, that little left hand.
Wait a minute. Does penultimate not mean last? Does that mean like the one before the last?
Yeah, one before the last. Penultimate corner.
Oh my lord! All right. Well, you learn something new every day.
You didn't think, surely? Not.
We're not gonna talk about that.
That's my line. What are you doing that for? But Scott does make the move work, and it's indeed up into 4th. So nice move there from Scott. Dumb plus dumb ultimate equals final. Penultimate 1 less than final. There we go. Thank you.
Yes. So. Oh, damn. All right. You're right. Never mind. I was gonna say, wait a minute, but that would make it like I was thinking, but it doesn't.
Teaching English to an American. Can you see the irony here?
Yeah.
Sorry. I'm so sorry.
You sent us over with a broken language. I'm sorry.
It was broken already, yes, but then you've just completely wrecked it. You've wrecked it beyond repair. But most notably, Carol Zach is catching.
I don't think I've ever heard ultimate used in the term, like in the sense of final, though.
I mean, the ultimate is by definition, ultimate is the final thing. It's the ultimation. It's the, God damn it. It's a race on, God damn it, sir. We're trying to cover that instead.
Yeah. Yeah, right. Yeah, we'll go back to the race. There's a race here for 4th position, actually.
Yeah, I was about to say in the background, 2 cars potentially going side by side into the braking zone. Scott is going to try and get it up the inside. No, can't make it work into turn 1. She'll have to I can't quite remember, I do apologise. But Silvano is now following. Silvano, thank you so much. Come and get involved in the server, like we said, get yourself on the waiting list, it'll be a pleasure to see you. Come and pester us, come and get involved, and we'll hopefully see you out on track soon.
Yeah, actually, really quick, going back to one of their comments. The time zones and all of that stuff is sorted out on SGP for you. So as far as having to do any kind of time zone work, if you're worried about that, that is something you wouldn't have to worry about.
Yeah, absolutely. We do race the GMT time zone, but if you're of another time zone, register on SGP, and SGP will automatically tell you in your local time zone what time the race starts, and you'll be able to get involved that way. And we do have another follow. Amir715 Drift is now following. Thank you so much. A pleasure to have you guys. Thank you for dropping by. Thank you for the subscriptions. You're in the second and final race of this evening for round 5 of the Classic DTM Championship here on Assetto Corsa, here at the Norisring. We have a 3-way battle for 3rd, 4th and 5th. And these guys are just not giving up. Absolutely going hell for leather. Chameleon currently ahead of Angela Scott and Joshua Irwin. And these guys will continue to fight continuously. The lead, though, has come down to half a second. The leaders are going at it, actually. We're going to jump to that battle in a minute just to see what's going on with them. Action up and down the grid. We're going to have to pay attention to try and keep eyes on multiple battles. The leaders, P1 and P2, Alfie Beaven defending from Karolzak, who's charging back through the pack after what has been a pretty unsatisfactory start to this race. Yes, Ivano, get in there. Wonderful stuff. We'll see you soon, good sir. So the leaders calm down a little bit. 3rd, 4th and 5th going at it. 7th and 8th, and also in the background, Silver and Hill having a battle. But for now, we are going to keep eyes on this P3 battle. We'll also keep an eye on the leaders as well. They'll obviously have their own battle brewing. For now, they are staying in the same positions that they've been for a while. Beaven and Karolzak, respectively. A proper battle. Yeah,
they've been right there, but it doesn't look like Karolzak's quite been able to do anything with it.
Beaven making that Mercedes a rolling roadblock as we see him in the foreground. As he goes to the left of our screens, and then Scott, Irwin and Chameleon all still pretty much with each other.
I want to say Scott finally was able to break ties with that little battle. They were tied up in for 3rd, and now can focus down the road trying to catch back up to Karolzak and Beaven.
I'll see what he can do. She can do, should I say. They, I apologise. Pronouns, you did say something about it, Angela. I do apologise. If you are watching back. Chameleon and Irwin there in the background having their own little battle now, and Scott is pretty much well enough clear not to have to worry about this now, so they can create a gap to this and leave it in the rearview mirror. Leach Senior started from the pits and come up to 10th. Well, he's now 14th, sadly, so he's had another incident. At the time of you typing that message, I'm sure he was 10th, but is now.
There's Leach, not Leach Senior. Leach is one that disconnected from 2nd and made it back to 10th.
Leach Junior. Oh, sorry, I completely misread you.
Yep.
Apologies. Yes, Leach Junior in 10th. That's actually a good showing for Leach. We did see him go past the turn 1 calamity and kind of pick his way through it all. He has come into the pits though. Very early stop for Leach and Silver as well. Bain also in the pits too.
If I remember correctly, I want to say that both Leaches are in South Africa?
Correct.
I think it was, and that's what, like, I think they just sometimes have issues with their ping, so that might be the issue with the popping in and out of the server.
It is.
With the server based in Irelandish area, I believe, something
Yeah,
like that.
service based in Ireland and South Africa.
It's quite the hop.
Yeah, very much so. I'm definitely not going to do an accent because it will be very offensive.
Yeah, no, you're not getting that out of me. I will slaughter that into next week.
No, exactly. Bane is in the pits early for repairs, we think. That's a very good point. And indeed, he's been caught up in a couple of incidents of his own making. Apologies. I just had a fake sneeze there. Thought I was going to sneeze, I didn't sneeze.
One of those yawn sneeze things.
It's like, I'm going to sneeze. No, I'm not. Oh, massive clout of wall there from the Mercedes driver of Irwin.
Simply durability testing.
Yep. Oh, it's contact with him and Scott.
Yeah, definitely a little bit of a bump there.
Scott is going to have to go wide out.
Wait, I don't think that was Camelian.
Sorry, Camelian.
Made their way down the road. They're off to the races.
I do apologise. It's Camelian.
This is the battle for fourth now. Okers is now stepped up in.
And one BMW has replaced another, and there's a sandwich. There's a alpha sandwich with 2 slices of bread being the Mercedes and the BMW.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say Camelian's tires are falling off. That's 2 major braking zone misses we've seen there.
I do wonder. Well, we'll see. Oh, leaders are going at it. Apologies, I'm going to jump away from that as Alfie Beaver's going to have to defend hard from Karolzak into the penultimate corner. Oh, that's a massive slide from the man in P2. Scott, P3 in the background now, watching this battle unfold, having a front row seat to what could be potentially a situation where they could take the lead.
Yeah, Scott has definitely made some inroads here on this battle for second and first.
They have indeed, and again, Alfie holds the lead just about. Does Karolzak have enough of a car up the inside to make a move? I think he does. He's going to go into the brakes. But then Alfie will just hold the inside line for the next part of the chicane. Will he though? That's a run out around the outside for Karolzak. They go side by side and down into the penultimate corner. A little right hand kink. And then Alfie will have the inside line for the penultimate left-hander. And now look at this. Scott going to make it 3 wide potentially. Down into the final turn. BMW, Mercedes. There's nothing to split these guys. They're going to go down across the start finish straight. It's just about enough room for Scott on the inside. Alfie squeezes. Outside line. Goes Karolzak for the lead. Into the brake zone for turn 1, 3 wide. And Alfie sticks it up the middle. Gives enough space on the inside for Scott. Karolzak around the outside. Can't get it past Beaven.
It's the widest Mercedes I've ever seen.
This is absolutely insane. Alfie's holding it out there. We'll have the inside line again for the next part of the chicane. He gets very squirrely and has to concede. He's going to lose out to Scott as well.
Oh, man. He's doing good with just Karolzak, but I think he's just looking at all 3 mirrors and I had to just take a break for a second.
Well, that is such a shame for Beaver, and then he dives into the pit lane
too.
Oh wow! He was on the soft tyre. If our timing tower is correct, he was on the soft tyre.
I believe Scott and Karolzak are as well, though, aren't they not? Yeah, it said on my side, it's saying all 3 of them were started on the softs.
So that is Alfie in the pits of doing the shorter stint to longer stint, giving himself some bit of free space. I wonder if he was just going to fight for the lead and try and hold the lead and then pit on that lap, or either when he did concede the place, try and extend the stint. And yeah, that's an interesting one. Scott and Karolzak are still at each other's throats pretty much. None of them are pitting as of yet. And yeah, undercut I reckon for Alfie there.
Yeah, I think he just once he lost both those positions, he was like, all right, the time has come.
So Alfie, I think that's a bit of a wise decision as well. A bit clearer. He might not be able to get a slipstream from anyone, so I'm not entirely sure if he'll be able to make up any time with the undercut. And you've got to think, is Karolzak and Scott going to be thinking strategically here? They know Alfie's quick. On a good day, he can dominate. So I wonder if these guys are just going to calm it down a little bit, slipstream with each other, and try and create a gap and gain some time to try and get the to null and void the undercut.
Yeah, I mean, I would suppose that Alfie's got to be able to turn a faster lap on those mediums than Karolzak and Scott on those old softs. But I could be wrong there.
Things have calmed down between these two, so... Oh, that's Chameleon off on turn 1 in the grass. Slots in between... No, doesn't slot in between the two leaders. Gets out of the way and realises, I think, that two lead cars were coming up to lap him.
Definitely I had to just get a little bit of lawn mowing on the little bit of grass we got going there.
Yeah, absolutely. So that car definitely very briefly was turned into a very expensive lawnmower. Oh, what's happened to Tim Bob? He's going slowly. Or is it just him exiting the pit lane? He did ping up potentially as a yellow flag. In third place, 30 odd seconds off the lead. Don't think he's pitted yet actually. May have made a mistake.
Yeah, no, he is not pitted.
No, hope he doesn't. Hope he doesn't get a nosebleed. Says Chris Overstreet. Now.
He is sitting up in third right now, so that is pretty good. So, I mean, everybody minus Ben again behind him has pitted. So, maybe he's going for just that long run and hoping to maybe be able to fall out back out into a top 5. Maybe top 6, 7.
Potentially. Oh, goes very deep into turn 1.
Top 10.
Very good. Oh, Karolzak and Scott in the pits at the same time.
Little BMW team strategy here.
Oh, instant between Leach, Hine, and Irwin. Turn 1. We just saw the tail end of that. There's a flash of lights from James Leach as well. And you know what's going to be interesting? There's about an 8-second gap though, but Leach Senior and Leach are both 12th and 13th. So if that comes together, it's going to be interesting. Ash Hill having a mistake there on final turn, going slowly. Might have just brushed the wall.
Even able to split the two of the leaders there, Scott and Karolzak. He's back into second.
Oh, that's going to be interesting. And I do wonder if potential undercut there was, again, just a bit null and void from the lack of fighting from Karolzak and Scott in those stages of that in that stage of the race.
Made time on Scott, but not Karolzak. I'm not sure how that really worked there.
Oh no, slipstreaming and just enough time for Karolzak to make a gap, but then Scott to be caught out. It could be plausible.
They had a bad pit stop getting in or getting out. Put in more fuel possibly. I don't know, but that's quite the gap there because they were nose to tail Scott and Karolzak when they came in.
Yeah. Oh, Zach Silver's round, and so is Chameleon. Final turn for Chameleon Silver though. Oh yeah, final turn as well. Wonder if they just got caught up with each other. Leader overtaking back marker potentially. Irwin's going to have a move up the inside of of Silver and maybe even Leach. No, thinks better of it. Well, that's Irwin, should I say? Oh no, what am I saying? Oh, massive move from Silver. Oh, Leach on Silver, should I say? So Leach gets up the inside right at the last minute and makes that move work.
That was quite the ascend, but definitely was able to hold it on, or hold it under the brakes and not get into the outside wall.
Yeah, absolutely. Tim Bob did go into the pits with about 20 or 30 seconds left on the pit window, so he's fine. Everyone has pitted, and if you haven't, then what are you doing? 8 minutes to go of this final race tonight. Oh, that's massive contact into braking zone of turn 1. Big crash between Silver and Leach. Oh, that was nasty.
Yeah, that was definitely pretty big there. I think Leach has got quite the bent spoiler now.
Yeah, absolutely. Checking in with the leaders then. Carol, Zach and D. Oh, Zach Silver's round. We might not check with the leaders very for a moment. We'll see Zach Silver has recovered it. Right, I think we can move away from that now. Carol Zach leading the way from Alfie Bevan by about 1 on second now. The gap was big and there's now a back marker in between them. So that's not going to help things. But Bevan losing out to Carol Zach. So the undercut has got him up into second. But potentially may have just robbed him of a win there. Right. Oh, that's contact between...
That was him and Ben.
That was him, Ben Myatt. No. In the wall from Ben Myatt. He does rejoin and gets it going again. That car's very much damaged and has definitely seen better days.
Yeah, that front window is going to be a little bit difficult to see through, I think, now.
Yeah, there's a wall there, Ben.
Yeah, I think he's having difficulty seeing.
Gee whiz. Silver apparently has had connection issues in the past, especially last week. I'm wondering if that's happened again and causing him to cause some incidents here. Potentially, that might be correct. What is also correct is Angela Scott catching Alfie Bevan. And sadly, 7th places, 8th places now dropped. That's Josh Irwin. Sadly, having an incident in turn 1, going very deep and potentially spinning the car. Maybe he was helped around a little bit. We'll go back to P3 and P2, who are now fighting for the what is best of the rest as it stands. Side by side going down the main straight. I'll get to the braking zone with Alfie on the inside, but Angela Scott making it work along the outside.
Yeah, definitely making that work. That was a nice move right there.
Yeah, outside will become the inside. Not that it matters now because they've firmly got in the position. I think Alfie's struggling. Oh, massive slide from Angela. And Alfie's losing the air. Scotty definitely lost time. Sorry, Alfie definitely lost time to Scotty then. Scotty's being able to easily make the move. He's already pulled a gap of about 1.5, 2 seconds.
Yeah, I think those tires are just coming away from Alfie there. I've just been seeing him get progressively more and more sideways.
Yeah. Silvano, does anyone need to drive first person?
Do they force the camera on in the servers? I don't
think they do.
Believe they do.
No,
yeah,
no.
I don't believe they do.
So Ben might be missing a trick there.
Yeah, he needs to get a bird's eye view on the situation.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that will just disappoint him more of the damage that he'll then see of his car. Bless him. As,
see the wing and be like, well, I'm going back inside.
He's like, no, I'm not doing this anymore. I've seen the damage. No, that's not enough. That's too much damage. As got about 3.5 minutes left. Well, it's been a very eventful 2 30-minute races tonight. We'll definitely see. Words are failing me today. We'll definitely see a very dominant performance from Kawasaki if we can keep it where it is. In the background, though, a bit further down in the order, Kamalian and Nikola Kakis having a battle. Kamalian getting the better of Nikola Kakis at this point of time. And I think that's move done, but Leach is in the background looking quite racy in the latter stages of this half-hour race.
Yeah, it's back up to 8th position now for Leach from a disconnect, and he's looking at 2 more people right there on his front end with about a little less than 3 minutes left.
So I think he'll be chomping at the bit to get this move done.
Yeah, I think he's wanting to move forward a couple more positions, I'd assume.
Yeah, absolutely. Netrax confirming that it does not force driver point of view cameras. As Leach is up the inside, penultimate corner.
I didn't realize that Hill is right there as well, just a little bit ahead of Kamalian. So this is almost 4 cars within about a second, 2 seconds maybe.
Yeah, I'd say so. And Kamalian will potentially try and get past. Oh, thinks about making a move up the inside.
There was a thought, that's for sure.
That was definitely a thought.
Definitely thought.
Bless you. And 2 minutes left to go of this race, and with Kawasaki leading the way with about a good 5-second gap to Scott. Next battle is Bevan Olkers, and now Hill and Kamalian, and this 4-way battle for 5th. Well, it's kind of a 4-way battle, 2 and 2 basically. But as Kamalian's going to look at the inside note, he thinks better of it. But no, potentially goes for the gap, and then just showed itself because Hill went very deep into that penultimate corner, and may give him a reason to try and get the slipstream. But in the background, Leach is now with them.
Wait a minute here. Bevan is falling way off the pace. Olkers is almost about to catch him, it looks like.
Oh boy. Tires.
I mean, there's only about a 1 lap left, a minute left, but I mean that gap has come down. Their gap's almost not a gap.
No, absolutely. We'll keep an eye on that. There is a battle though, a bit further down the order. Erwin and who's that? That's Jacob Hine having at it, going. Oh, it's a bit of contact there. Nice little door banging or nudge there with bumper to bumper contact. We both get away with it. Silver trying to make a recovery as well will be in contention with this battle as well as they go down into little right hand kink break and centre penultimate corner, and there's a massive move to the inside. 3 doesn't go into 1, guys. Come on, let's get that sorted. Into the final turn they go, and Zach Silver gets both places. But then a little
big win.
Yeah, a little slipstream train's going to form now. Zach Silver being at the front of it. So, Owen's going to have a look at the outside. Zach has to go defensive. Owen's ahead at the braking zone just.
I think this is going to be our last lap, too.
It will be, absolutely.
Yep, definitely last lap.
We will keep an eye on these battles.
It's about to cross the finish line.
Oh, Kamalian, Hill and Leach going at it for 4th, 5th and 6th. Karolzak has crossed the line to claim race win. Scott is second. Congratulations to them. The next battle along up the road, Beef and Olkers, Hill, Kamalian, all going at it for best of the rest. At the minute, Alfie Bevan is ahead and will just about get the 3rd place from Olkers. Apologies, 5th.
Leach gets around Kamalian right there at the end.
He does indeed, and that's a P5 for Leach. Kamalian 6th. Unlucky for him. Hill, Nikolakakis 7th and 8th. There's a battle coming to the line. Owen gets 9th, 10th, 12th. Silver, Hine, Leach Senior, and then Lindblom will be the last driver to see the checkered flag. Bob, Bruce, Ben Meyer, and Stevie Bain all seen the checkered flag already from being a few laps down. And Lindblom will come across the line, and that is that.
And a big old donut party down in turn 1.
Of course there is. Of course there is. Oh yeah, look at that. Having a lot of fun there, aren't they? Bless them. Oh.
And good times were had by all.
Yeah, and breathe. Oh, I can wind down from that now.
Yeah, that was definitely an exciting second race there, that's for sure, right down to the wire.
Yeah, big time. That was, yeah. What a way to finish the race and finish the evening. And that round was absolutely fantastic. Yet again, fantastic turnout from everyone involved. 18 out of the 20 registered drivers attended tonight. It's fantastic to see. And it is absolutely fantastic to see battles up and down the field like that. People having fun. You know, odd incident here and there, and that's what the stewards are for. So, of course, for those who are listening or watching the stream back to see how they did during the race, use the incident form that will be posted in the Discord chat. But, yeah, congratulations to Karolzak. Unlucky for Beaven, though. Obviously, the tyres fell off right at the end.
Yeah, as a net racer, or yeah, whatever. They said Okers almost did get Alfie there at the very end, that's for sure.
Indeed,
he was within a second, I want to say, when they came across the line.
It's pretty much bang on 1 second, basically.
Yeah, that was Alfie's tires were falling off in a hurry, that's for sure.
Don't think he had much of tyres left, really, sadly. But folks, that is everything from the AC DTM night tonight. Tomorrow night we will be back on Twitch with the oNiD Cup Cars Sprint Series. Myself, should I say, and Ben Dorama will be in the comms box for what will be a very exciting round of Cup Car racing at as he panically tries to see where it is. Because I'm definitely a top-notch commentator and definitely know all of my admin
I
abilities.
definitely don't know.
It's Valencia.
Ben snuck in.
Oh, Ben has snuck in. Hello.
Lurked in the background.
Oh, hello there. We're just talking about you and our plans for Valencia tomorrow on the on the sprint series.
Always look forward to a nice couple of sprint races.
2 20-minute races, Cup cars, Lamborghini Cup and Porsche Cup cars on ACC. And yeah, it's going to be fantastic. Ben, very, very quickly, I'm going to round up the stream and wrap things up here. But how was that for you?
I was recovering from very early on. My goal by the early part of the race was beat Stevie. That was about it.
And the admin bragging rights. You were 16th, you being the 17th. We'll take that and run for the hills.
Yeah, I had the pace, but I got involved in early shenanigans and it went wrong from there.
Oh dearie, dearie, dear. But it's lovely to see you. Thank you for finishing the race, and of course we do encourage that if you had an incident, just to finish the race and see what can happen. It's a long race, you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, absolutely.
But, what isn't going to be long races is Sprint Cup tomorrow. We do have 24 confirmed drivers for the Sprint Cup series. Oh no, that was last week's. I haven't actually done an attendance post for the next week. For this week, I actually don't know who's actually going to attend.
Dear. We
do anticipate a good turnout for that series. So we'll join us around the same time tomorrow night for what will be Assetto Corsa Competizione at Valencia for the Cup Sprint Series. Myself and Ben will be bringing you all the action from there. But until then, guys, this is Aidan signing off. Dominic, it's been a pleasure, as always, for our little transatlantic commentary. Yeah, it's been a pleasure. Any last words before we sign off?
Nothing but the usual. Thanks everybody dropping by, and hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see y'all next week at the same time.
Couldn't say it about myself. Take care, guys. All the best.